Welcome to the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve, broadcasting live on the Really American Media platform. It's time for your midweek political briefing. The boys are here to keep this current political dumpster fire to a smolder. Let's cut through the poo-poo and throw a little light on the chaos before it. Holy moly! Take it away, gentlemen.
Always nice when you can cut through some of the poo-poo and just get into the heart that matters, what's really happening in America right now, politically anyway.
Yeah, it's a bad visual, actually, cutting through poo-poo, but I understand what you're going for. So
yeah, you get it, dude. We're just here to bring you our midweek political review. And thanks for tuning in. The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. We are ready to go.
Indeed. If you want to go to thevocalminority.net, you can contact us directly. We will take time out of our very busy schedule.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, we always do. We look at them, dude. I don't mean we don't always reply, but
we look at them. Yeah. Hey, someone said hi. So, yeah, go to the website. You can contact us there. And all the stuff on the Really American platform here. You should be watching it and sharing it and getting vocal. Because as we will get to at some point today here, getting vocal has worked of late.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I do got to say that it's nice to see a win once in a while, however big or small it is. Like, just to get a little win is nice, right?
Yeah, exactly. No. And wins are relative nowadays, and there's some nuance to the one I'm referencing. But, yeah, I don't know. There's lots going on. Lots going on. Nick's brought a ton of video clips in today, and I've got a decent amount of news stories. So it is Tuesday, right? This is the midweek run?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Loop of news, so I'm losing track.
I know.
Yeah, a lot going on for a Tuesday. Second day of June. Hey, happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yes, happy Pride Month. You've seen all the maggots online just defaming Pride Month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw them freaking out on the Muppets yesterday. Or no, Sesame Street, sorry.
Sesame Street, yeah. There's this new trend going on TikTok where, all these maggots are walking up to a crosswalk, and if it's painted to honor Pride Month, they're crossing the street away from it. They're not going to, walk on Pride colors. It's just like, wow, you guys are something, man.
Out of respect, they don't want to trample on the
I'm
rainbow.
sure. Yeah. Sure, that's what it is.
Well, let's hope natural selection doesn't have you getting hit, crossing the wrong way or against the flow. So good luck.
Kidding. They call us snowflakes, it doesn't make sense. You make it make sense, okay?
Yeah, right. No, they're all the biggest bunch of whiny snowflakes around, so let's get into it.
All right. Come on, Paul. Get rolling.
This is Need to Know News. News you need to know.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
Isn't this the truth? The irony, many mega are closeted gays. I mean, it's so true. I wish they would just embrace it. I mean, every time there's a Turning Point USA event or the Republican convention, like, what is it, Grindr?
Yeah.
Just goes crashing or spiking at a minimum, so.
And, we see a lot of closeted Republicans, preachers and stuff like that in the MAGA family constantly getting caught with children. Not that that's a gay thing, but it's something that they come and speak out on all the time. And oddly enough, it always seems to be the same sex. So I don't get it, dude.
I think a lot of the touching kids stuff comes from repression.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is you're repressing, often it's homosexuality or progressive tendency. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you crunch some sort of primal thing down, it comes out in a bad, unhealthy way.
Yeah.
That's why I've always thought, Catholic priests, why do they have to be celibate? Like, Christian pastors, they're allowed to get married and have sex. Like, do we see what happens when you take a group of people and so don't ever have sex?
So you knew I grew up Catholic, dude, and I got to say that one of the reasons I remained Catholic was my priest growing up was not like most priests in the Catholic Church, okay? He would say right out and out, he was like, oh, yeah, if I wasn't a priest, I would definitely be gay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it made me always feel bad for him that he had to push that relationship down and could kind of be himself by coming out and saying that, but not really. He couldn't act on it. It always made me feel bad for him. So
yeah, you should pray or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Solve that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get into our headline story today, Stephen. You were out watching Hannity, huh?
Yeah. Listen, part of my gig here, both for Nick and I both, is we have to watch a lot of things that we would not normally watch so that we can pull some sort of relatable context out of it. And yes, I was up late last night watching Hannity on YouTube and found this. So.
Yeah, it's nice to hear sometimes the quiet part out loud. And yeah, this clip, I mean, let us say this. This doesn't necessarily do anything for us, but it is good to know, don't you think?
Well, I think it proves us right. Because during the election, we kept saying that Trump is running for the White House to run away from the big house. Like, he was going to go to jail. The case in New York City, that judge was absolutely going to sentence him to prison. It's why he delayed the sentencing until after the election. If he was going to just give Trump a slap on the wrist, he would have done it before the election and just said, you know, that's it, it's done. But the fact that he said, you know what, I'm going to hold off till after the election, it's a dead giveaway that he was absolutely going to go to prison. Yet we somehow let him out of this because a bunch of morons voted for him for the first fucking convicted felon, and he gave him a get out of jail free card. Yeah. But again, these were our assertions. We're lefty liberal podcasters. It's not like anyone in the Trump world would ever acknowledge that. You know,
no, not at all. But here is Todd Blanche, Trump's attorney, head of the DOJ, now talking with Sean Hannity about all of this.
If he had decided not to run, all of this, none of this would have happened.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And those smug prosecutors would say, oh, no, this has nothing to do with the fact that he's running. All right. Yeah. You should work on that in the mirror.
But here's the thing. He was convicted on 34 federal charges. Yeah. So is it an accurate statement to say he either wins in 24, wins the White House, it's either the White House or the big house?
Yes. I mean, oh, man. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, don't forget, he had a D.C. case breathing down his neck. Right. The D.C. case. He had the Florida case, which had been dismissed, but they were appealing it. And then he had a judge in New York who there's no scenario in which he wasn't going to send President Trump to prison. And he didn't after the president won. So the consequences of 2024 for this country are priceless. But for him and his family, also priceless.
Yeah, isn't that what it always comes back to? Like, it's priceless for Trump. It's not priceless for this fucking country that justice was averted and he got away with, murder.
Trump, justice was averted and perverted, and I love that he said the truth. And by the way, I didn't actually watch that clip yet, so I did not know that Hannity was going to make the White House to the big house thing. I don't want anyone thinking I'm emulating Hannity. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, to hear Todd Blanche, Trump's attorney and our current attorney general, say absolutely he would have gone to prison. And everything he just listed was correct. You know, the case in New York I was talking about would have sent him, but then he had other things hanging over his head. And all of the Jack
Smith.
Jack Smith, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm getting my anti-Trump Jacks mixed up. But,
right.
He had a very good case, as we heard when he testified recently in front of Congress and whatnot. Like, he was definitely going to prison. And the fact that Todd Blanche has the nuts to sit there, all casual style on Hannity's little podcast there, and saying as if that was somehow a victory or something, like he would be in jail if we didn't elect him. There should be no one that we elect president that those were the two paths.
Oh, 100%, dude. You're so right. You always hear, no one's above the law. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess we found out that that's not a true statement. And
it's not anymore.
And it goes to other places, too, because we constantly see the rich, the powerful, the wealthy getting out of shit. It's not the same for a good portion of people, but especially marginalized communities that, we see so often that they're, I've been in prison for 3 years without a trial. I had a little, bud on me. We see that shit happen all the time. So for him to sit all smugly and laugh, and be like, it was really good for the country and really good for Trump. As the interview goes on, Hannity says, like, he would have had life in prison. And I know for Donald Trump, hopefully that's not, that could be 6 months. But, it was going to be a big, long sentence. Like, he never would have got out of prison.
No, he would have died there. And I mean, I've currently switched from when is this blood clock going to kick in kind of thing to, you know what? I think I do want him to live to be like 110. Just so he can rot in jail and be prosecuted and watch his legacy burn in front of him, getting voted out, and all of his hand-picked people never getting reelected. Like, I do kind of want to watch his legacy just implode.
Yes. You know what, dude? This takes me back to a time, okay? I'm going to put Biden back in office. And maybe for the first 6 months Biden was in office, we still heard about Trump. He was still in the media. He was still talking shit all the time. Sure. But about 6, 8 months into it, Donald Trump really shut the fuck up. And he did for at least 2 years. I mean, he wasn't really the headline story of every story that we see going on.
You're talking about Biden? Trump talking about Biden? He stopped?
No, I'm just saying when Biden was in office.
Oh, he stopped talking about Trump.
Or not only him, but America. A lot of, the media wasn't all about Trump. My point is that, what? If he lives on, it can still be a country that doesn't just focus on Donald Trump shit all the time.
No, and that's fair. That would also be fun for him to see, that no one's actually talking about you anymore, moron, because, we have debated on the show that should we do a blackout of this guy because he keeps insulting reporters and calling us the enemy of the people and all that shit. But, and a lot of people have suggested it. Why doesn't everyone just stop covering him? And the problem is, I mean, look what he's trying to get away with when we're all watching. Could you imagine if no one's reporting? Like, I think it would be funny for a day, but then probably backfire. So,
well, we also have to hold some sort of checks, balances, and accountability. I mean, we're in a war right now. Like, we can't just ignore it, what's going on. So,
no, but that's very cathartic, I think, to hear Todd Blanche say, yeah, absolutely, he would have been in jail. There is a parallel universe out there somewhere where Trump's rotting in jail right now, and President Harris is into year number 2 and doing okay. So.
We talk about little wins, Steve, and just, I watched this video and then I thought to myself, like, oh, that's a little win. I feel good about this. And it was because all of us got vocal and didn't shut up about it.
That's not real, I hope you know.
Yeah, but it's happening in 15 days.
Metaphorically, yes. That is a good future glimpse of what that's going to look like. And
I think he still has 14 days, right?
I don't know what the countdown is, but I love that they're going to, at some point, take his fucking name off the building. Yeah.
I cannot wait for it, dude. And now he's saying that he doesn't care, and he's late night tweeting about it, and, it'll be interesting. But I really think that's going to hold up, and that is the future I predict. Well, people are going to cheer.
A big part of our future is going to be undoing all of this bullshit that he has done, whether it's putting his name on buildings or, I don't know, tearing down buildings he's brought up, and undoing executive orders and any laws that have been passed. But we will take our wins where we can get them. And on the topic of Todd Blanche, another phenomenal example of getting vocal, putting public pressure on, seems to have worked. We started to report last week that a judge had put a temporary hold on this $1.8 billion slush fund, and now it's been confirmed. Todd Blanche just said today that we are not moving forward with this fund.
Which makes me nervous, dude. Which makes me nervous. He seceded too easily, don't you think?
Oh, I don't know if it was easy. I mean, they tried for the last 2+ weeks to just push this through. Not only did we all get vocal, but Republicans were too. I mean, whether it was elected officials screaming at Todd Blanche in that closed-door meetings, or even some of the mega talking heads on, CNBC and other things who were like, this doesn't smell right. Like, how could you possibly sue yourself and settle with yourself? And I think the public pressure was overwhelming. So that's the good news. They seem to have officially shot this thing in the head. Not to mention a judge was about to stick their nose in there and derail the entire thing anyways. And part of the reason the judge was going to do that was from the public pressure. Everyone's talking about it. So that is a victory. But I will say there's more to that story. And I feel like everyone's kind of moving on, like, oh, slush fund's been shut down. Remember, there was 2 parts to that settlement. And as we said a couple of weeks ago, there's only one part that Trump cares about, and it's him getting shielded from the IRS. And that is still on the table.
Yes, him and anyone in his family with the Trump name from now until the end of time, really. They're saying, like, you can never audit us again. You can never look into any of our shit. Like, that's part of it. So
some people have said that, no, it's only for current or past tax returns. I've heard other legal experts say it says forever in there. It doesn't actually say, like, so that part's debatable. But also, we know that Trump was audited currently. He was already on the hook for some amount of money. Plus, he just filed his tax return in theory. Like, he could have put a $10 zillion refund in there knowing they were about to do this shitty, like, no one can audit, no one can look at you.
Well, that's 100% right, dude. So, with all the shady shit that's been going on, from the jet from Qatar to his Bitcoin stuff, like, all of the stuff that's happening, like, if he doesn't get the what was the slush fund? $17 billion?
1 billion point 7.
Oh, that's right. Almost $1.8 billion.
Right.
If he doesn't get that, this will make more money for him than that ever could have.
This, what, the IRS thing?
Yeah, just to say, oh, yeah, you can't audit us. We're going to do our own thing.
It was a sleight of hand. I'm going to do this crazy slush fund over here, so hopefully no one notices the real gift that Trump is giving himself and his family and his businesses, is that anything we're on the hook for now, you definitely can't touch. And I think if you read it correctly, you'll never be able to touch us.
Yes, I think so too. Megyn Kelly went on the Sean Ryan show. They were talking about some of this stuff, and that's the thing. These little victories for us. People ask sometimes on the podcast, like, why do I keep seeing clips of, like, Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly? It's not because we're big fans of them, but it's nice to see some of these maggot heads completely say, oh, we were hoodwinked. This is not what it was supposed to be.
Do you ever see mega podcasts playing liberals saying, look, I mean, with the exception of Bill Maher, who is, I don't think, a liberal anymore, they're never playing clips of you and me or Brian Tyler Cohen or Midas Touch being like, look, these guys say we're better off with the Republican president.
The only example of that I've seen is John Fetterman. And John Fetterman's been dicking over the Democratic Party anyway. So,
and had a traumatic head injury as well.
Yes, let's not lose sight of that. So, watch this clip from Megyn Kelly sitting down with Sean Ryan.
He fucking made it so he had Todd Blanche do the dirty work so that him or anybody in his family could never be audited by the IRS. What the fuck is that shit?
Mm-hmm.
The drone company, the $400 million jet from Qatar.
Yep.
The Executives Club. You know about that?
Yeah, that they started in D.C.
You don't hear about any of this shit.
No.
Does this shit look like he's serving the fucking people? No. So you're going to serve that? Or are you going to speak out against it and let everybody know what the fuck is happening?
You think he'd be better off?
Fox News sure as fuck isn't reporting any of this shit.
None of it. None of it. No, I there's no question that the corruption in the administration has been far beyond what
he sued the fucking government. He sued his own fucking government.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it makes me feel so good. Just to hear them talk like, fuck, man, you should have known that was all going to happen.
And I love that clip right there articulates so well how much of a bubble the mega types live in.
Yeah,
because I'm liking Sean Ryan more and more, and Megyn Kelly is all straddling the fence through that interview. I just did a full breakdown of that podcast today for Really American. It's getting posted anytime now. I go in more detail, but the fact that those two both sat there and were like, no one's talking about the slush fund, no one's talking about the corruption, no one's talking about the jet from Qatar, like, oh yes we are. He said it. Fox News isn't talking about it, and that is their media bubble.
Yeah.
Because obviously, not only the left wingers talking about it, but it's all over NBC, CBS, ABC. Like, everyone's talking about it, but he's sitting there going, "What? How come no one's covering this?"
Yeah. You know what? Thomas Massey, you silence people that are on your side of things that do talk about that shit. So, You
And
know,
Megan at the end there, like the corruption. I feel like she was about to say, because Sean Ryan keeps cutting her off throughout the show, which is hilarious. But I feel like she was about to say the corruption is so much more than I thought it was going to be. Or
completely,
something.
dude.
As if
Yes.
there's any acceptable level of corruption. Like I
Yes.
knew he'd be a little corrupt, but
Yeah.
and at one point she's like, oh, the liberals. But as she's listing, I fell for this, I fell for this, and no one wants that but the liberal. I fell for this, and I fell for like the liberals saw it coming. We tried to warn you, idiots, but no, fuck the left. And by the way, Megyn Kelly is still saying she'll only vote Republican.
Well, and that's the problem, dude. I mean, are you following the Spencer Pratt race in California right now?
Yes. Idiots.
It's another deal where I'm hearing all of these people from the GOP talk about the fact that, Jessica Tarlov was talking about this on her podcast the other day, and they were talking about the fact that the reason that Spencer Pratt is getting so much attention is because people are looking at him and saying, like, you know what, he's going to do things different. And we had the whole analogy when this started of like, it's time to shake things up. And, there was a great comedian that did a bit about, would you let a mechanic, operate on your heart? Like, then just shake shit up a little bit, see what happens. And that is what's happened here, and they're talking about it again. We're going to vote for Spencer Pratt. Like, it's going to be different. He's one of us. And Jessica Tarlov made the point of like, when are we going to understand that anyone from reality TV can no longer run for president? Like, you just eliminated,
These are the same people on Fox News that are like, you celebrities, just read the script and stop talking about politics. Stop, stay in your lane. But they made a reality TV star president. They're all clamoring around Pratt, who looks like he got stung by a bee, by the way.
A lot of bees. And when Fox News, let's talk about Fox News and News Nation, okay? You guys are the biggest reality stars of them all. This is all WWE shit. This is all scripted. Right. We've seen it over and over again. We saw the text where Tucker Carlson said a long time ago when Fox got sued, I fucking hate Trump. I can't wait till we can stop talking about this guy.
Absolutely. And a lot of these podcasters like you and me are, sitting in their home studios and bedrooms, like, don't let these celebrity types, these people with microphones tell you what to do.
Yeah, right.
It is hilarious. And yeah, that whole interview with Megyn Kelly, there's a lot of self-owning going on. So
good. A little reflection. News Nation. Okay, News Nation is the new Fox News. Even a lot of Republicans have stepped away from Fox News.
News Nation claims they're middle of the road, but most of their commentators host are not. So.
Yes, and they are very similar to Fox. It's always spun in a way that's good for them, and it's a lot of bullshit. So I was very surprised to see this clip come out of News Nation. This clip is almost 2 minutes long, but this lady that is on News Nation, I think, is probably got some nuts for talking shit on News Nation to fellow Republicans.
And she is a staunch Trump supporter. She has been.
Yes.
So, yes. Is this Batya?
Here you go, dude. Yeah.
Mr. President, your supporters are hurting. People who voted for you 3 times, who would walk over Legos covered in hot coals to vote for you, are broke. Some are skipping meals. Others are buying canned chicken in bulk because that's all they can afford. The cost of food and gas is just so high. People are finding it impossible to pay for their kids' after-school sports once they fill up the car with gas. People who support you and support the war in Iran, who were willing to pay a little more to make sure our grandkids don't have to live with the threat of a nuclear-armed terror state, who were willing to pay a little more for the possibility of reshoring our great manufacturing base with tariffs, well, they've paid all they can. Some are expressing anger and frustration. They feel that they voted for you to bring down the costs. Others are just quietly skipping meals. And contrary to what some in your administration keep saying, it's not just vibes. Inflation is eating up wage growth, and then some. Gas is $4.50 a gallon as we head into the summer travel season. The producer price index is up 6% as we head into grilling season. Savings are at an all-time low. 13% of credit card balances are now over 90 days delinquent, the highest since 2011. You keep saying that the stock market is doing great, and that is true. But the gains of the economy and nearly all consumer spending are concentrated in the top 10%. Everyone else is broke. You keep saying that gas will plummet when Operation Epic Fury is over, and there's a new memorandum of understanding on the table. But even if there is a deal, it will take a lot of time for gas to come down. And in the meantime, the American people need something to get them through the slog. Your supporters need help, Mr. President, and they need it from you. We brought in $200 billion in tariff revenue. Couldn't some of that be shared with Americans struggling to put food on the table?
That's our money, goddammit.
Yes.
We brought in all this tariff. That you brought it in from us.
Yes, you taxed us. Jeez.
And I know there's theoretically refunds coming, but the way the law is worded, the refunds go back to the companies. So they don't have to give it back to us.
Correct.
Smart ones will, but there's so much in there. So much in there, I tell you. First of all, I mean, she must know somebody who is affected by this, because for her to come out and say all this, and like someone in the comments was just saying here, like she's trying to appeal. Here it is. She's trying to appeal to his empathy, and he doesn't have any. Like,
spot on.
Absolutely true. She's about to be unemployed. She's about to be audited. So good luck with that.
Remember when he told us, he was asked, what do you think about Americans and the cost of what they're going through right now in relation to war in Iran? He was like, I don't think about it at all. He already told you, just straight out. I don't think about that.
Absolutely. A couple of things, though, in that video that bother me. One, do you hear the sirens at the end of that?
Yes.
There's sirens in the background. Are they also in their bedroom apartment in New York City or something? Like, what kind of studio? I mean, any professional studio you and I have ever been in is actually soundproofed within the walls and whatnot. You don't hear sirens.
Well, you know what? That was Trump coming for her. We'll never see her again.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing I hate about that, I hate that metaphor she made at the beginning. It's like Legos covered with hot coals. That's backwards. Legos covered with hot coals. So Legos covered with hot coals. So if you're walking over hot coals, do you care what is underneath the hot coals?
Well, the Legos would be melted anyway.
Well, if you want to get very technical, yes. Yeah. But it would make a little more sense to say they were walking over hot coals covered in Legos. Like, hot and, stumpy and spiky. Yeah. But that threw me off at the beginning, and I hate it.
And just the way that, like that viewer just said about his, she's trying to get to his empathy. She is. Her whole tone of it, Mr. President, was almost like a, please, sir, may we have just a bit more?
She is begging the president to stop hurting his supporters. And that's the other fuck you in there. She's like, Mr. President, you're hurting your supporters. He's hurting all of us, asshole. Why don't you speak up for the entire country, not just his supporters? Thanks.
Well, let's just, if we really want to break this down, all of the people that voted for Trump, we see getting food and financial aid. I mean, you people that have to take that aid for food that California pays for are the ones who got us into this mess. So I'm sure that, and when she says like, oh, people are skipping meals, I'm sure that's true. Yeah. The whole canned chicken thing, like cup of noodles is way cheaper than canned chicken. Like you got to canned chicken. That's weird.
From the South? What the hell? Where's she getting that from? Know. Yeah. I mean, ramen noodles, mac and cheese. Like,
yes. I don't know, dude. What do you think? You think she'll get any pushback from that?
Oh, yeah. Breaking news, Trump's going to make an announcement from the Oval Office. He's going to stop hurting all of us, and he's going to have some empathy.
I heard her on News Nation. I'm stopping everything.
That Batya, she got through to me. Her name is like Batya Ungar Skungard or something. I made the joke. She sounds like a Star Trek villain or something. Batya Ungar Skungard.
Yes.
Interesting. But yeah, good luck. I'm sure he'll change quickly. He'll change the channel quickly is the only thing he's changing.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, where else to go here? We got a lot of stuff here. Oh, did you hear about this whole Bill Pulte thing?
No. Is he our new head of DNI or something or another?
Yeah, let's see. Bill Pulte. He's got he's a top intelligence job here.
Yeah, with no background whatsoever, and he's been a
with none.
sycophant for last year.
Yeah, and I guess they are arguing that Trump chose him for loyalty, not expertise.
That's how he chooses everybody.
That's how everyone's.
Does anyone have expertise in anything they're doing right now? I mean, honestly, I can't think of anybody.
Yeah. Here's Jake Tapper to just kind of give you the bigger picture on Bill Pulte.
Sure.
President Trump just made one of his most shocking appointments yet. He's naming Bill Pulte to be acting director of national intelligence. Now, Pulte has no background in intelligence. His background is in private equity and in housing. President Trump last year appointed him to head up the Federal Housing Finance Agency. But what is most shocking about this appointment is what Pulte has been doing from his perch at the FHFA. He immediately appointed himself chairman of the mortgage agencies, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And then he immediately started alleging abuses of their mortgage by Democrats who Trump opposes, like Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California and New York Attorney General Letitia James. He also alleges mortgage shenanigans by Lisa Cook, who is on the Federal Reserve Board and is somebody that has not gone along with all of the interest rate changes that President Trump wants. Now, critics of Pulte have said what Pulte has been doing is some of the most blatant abuse of power and most flagrant weaponization of government that has happened in quite some time. So imagine what Pulte might do when he has access to the nation's most closely guarded secrets and most intrusive surveillance. It remains to be seen, of course. It also remains to be seen if anybody on Capitol Hill, any Republicans, are willing to say anything about this incredibly stunning appointment.
Don't hold your breath, dude.
Remains to be seen. I'll tell you what I can see. We're all fucked with these kind of appointments going on. And I love casual Jake Tapper, by the way. I like his t-shirts, hanging out in his condo or whatever that is. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yet again, this is another, just enabling sycophant. And I think all of his future hires are going to be men, because he keeps firing all the women. All of the prominent firings, there's only been like 4. It's all been women. So
Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi. Who else?
2 more.
2 more women.
What do we got, Kristi? Why do you put me on the spot like this?
Well, I'm just trying to think, dude, because I know you're right, but
it is.
Yeah. He's gotten rid of women, and what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes, and there's one other that wasn't as well known. Let's see here. We got Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, Tulsi Gabbard, and Lori Chavez DeRemer, former labor secretary. So, yes, everyone gone so far. All of the female persuasion. I don't think it's a coincidence. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that I think he pulled all those women in, and I'm not saying I know this, but I think he probably did that because he was probably trying to show, like, I love women. Women are great.
Yeah, but as always, they're always at some level of attractive. Who in his cabinet is, 280 pounds and a woman? Like, no.
Yeah, that's true.
And some of these young assistants and whatever he's got running around with him are just, way too good looking. So, he's a creepy old dude who surrounds himself with women he's attracted to and men that he knows will, bend over in a different way and do whatever the hell he wants. So, there she is, America.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we're used to at this point for him, filling his cabinet with people that are unqualified. If you really think about the fact that Pete Hegseth is in charge of Department of War,
Defense,
and he's a weekend Fox News anchor.
Yeah, no, for sure. And as Christine says, that's why Cash is worried about his job, who famously wears a woman's FBI jacket. So when he runs out of actual women, yes, Cash may be the first one up. Anyone wearing a female coat today is going to be fired.
You're done. Yeah.
Hey,
so
8647. We got some updates on that, don't we?
Yeah. What's your story, dude? Because I didn't see this before the show started.
Don't you have one too? You want me to do this one first, or what do you got?
I've just got that video pulled of Todd Blanche talking about why they indicted Comey on 8647.
We'll start with that because I have a follow up that's going to make that very difficult to do. I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too. Kristen Walker asked Todd Blanche a great question, and I don't think he really answers it at all. Again, it's just word salad. That's all we ever get. This is a throwback to when they first indicted James Comey for the seashells of 8647.
Well, the image, excuse me, is part of what led to this indictment.
Yes.
It is worth noting that on Amazon.com, we looked this up, there are dozens of products with the same terminology. We're showing it right here, 8647 being sold and purchased right now. Should individuals selling or buying 8647 merchandise be concerned that they're going to be prosecuted by the DOJ?
This isn't about a single incident. Okay, this isn't. I mean, of course not. That's posted constantly. That phrase is used constantly. There are constantly men and women who choose to make threatening statements against President Trump. Every one of those statements do not result in indictments. Of course, there are facts, there are circumstances, there are investigations that have to take place, and we have charged dozens and dozens of men and women this year with threatening President Trump and others. So this isn't a new charge we're bringing.
Just to be very clear, you are suggesting the seashells themselves are not at the root of this indictment.
No, I am suggesting that every single case depends on the investigation that's done. And of course, the seashells are part of that case. I mean, that's what the public sees. But without a doubt, and it should be evident by the fact that it's been 11 months since the posting and the indictment, there is an investigation that takes place. And that's the result. The result of that investigation is the indictment that was returned last.
Yeah, it took that long because it took that long to find a lawyer dumb enough, willing to risk their law license to actually go after that. And one of the top attorneys on the case just resigned.
Yes. These are seashells. I mean, you know what? 86, the term 86, if you've ever worked in a restaurant or if you've ever even eaten food, you say, oh, I'll get the roast beef. Oh, we 86 roast beef. We're done for the day. Like it doesn't have anything to do with killing someone.
No, and he's making the blind assertion that, well, all sorts of threats come in. We can't prosecute all of them. First of all, like you just pointed out, it's not a threat. Yeah. And secondly, he seems to be implying that there's more you haven't seen in the public threats from James Comey. Like, oh, really? Offer it up. Like, give us something. Obviously, it's not. And Comey has asked for a delay in that trial because apparently he's got something bigger he's planning, which could be epically funny. But new today, or at least in the last 24 hours here, just to complicate that whole thing, a federal court ruled that the National Park Service cannot block a protest group that has been displaying a flag that says 8647. Same phrase they're going after Comey for, specifically finding the evidence showed it was unreasonable to interpret it as a call to violence against the president.
That's interesting.
The National Park Service has provided, quote, this is the judge talking, no plausible basis to conclude that a reasonable person aware of the relevant circumstances would regard that flag to represent a serious expression of an intent to commit an act of unlawful violence towards the president. That's the standard. I mean, they're going to claim that Comey did that.
If you're a reasonable person, wouldn't you think that if someone like Comey said 8647, my first thoughts would be like, oh, vote him out, impeach him. It never came to me that he was like, kill that man, you know?
That's what it means, because you're a reasonable person. 86, the man means get rid of him, cancel him, get done. No more selling it. It's off the menu. Like, that's obviously what it means. What is the other alternative? That James Comey, this career professional, former head of the FBI, was just like, I'm going to post on social media that I'm going to assassinate. Like, right. You know, that's what they're asserting, that he was that stupid to do that.
And he would do it in seashells, dude. Come on. I mean, at least he would cut out magazines like a real psycho, you know.
Yes, jeez. So funny. So obviously that case is going to fall apart, but that makes it a little bit easier to watch it implode.
Yes, 100%. Hey, dude, we were talking on the podcast. Maybe it was on Friday, maybe it was the week before that, but we were talking about Kevin O'Leary. Everyone's been seeing him in the news lately about this data center, AI data center that he's trying to get opened up in Salt Lake that is just massive. And now we're starting to see these spread, and we're seeing smaller communities come out and say, like, we don't want anything to fucking do with these data centers. They're ruining small communities. And people are stepping up. I saw this video and I thought, this is a great moment for the Democrat Party to really step up and do something. They always say, oh, you guys are bad at marketing, all that stuff. Democrats need to be working on keeping these data centers out of people's towns. Why? You wonder.
It would certainly appeal to small town America.
Yes, 100%. This lady was being interviewed. I mean, she's just, she just looks like a maggot. But listen to what she has to say.
You're willing at this point to forego basically every conservative issue and let the Senate fall into the hands of Democrats if that's what it takes to kill data centers.
Yep. My entire community is going to break rank.
Yes, good.
Bravo.
I hate that that's what breaks for her, because it's in her backyard. It's going to affect her.
That's
Unlike,
Republicans.
yeah, exactly. Drag shows that are nowhere near you. Like all of these things. The immigrants are taking over your town, but you live in like Kansas or something. Like,
right.
So yeah, I mean, fuck you as far as like it takes something to affect you to break with this man. But I guess whatever it takes.
Yeah, I think it's a real opportunity though for Democrats to step up and make this number one project. That's not the only reason. I also believe that doing these data centers and ruining these small towns and ruining power grids and water supplies, I think it's a lot of bullshit. But I think that we as Democrats should really step into this and just see what happens.
Yeah. Now, I love that technology has come so far that we have artificial intelligence, yet we can't create servers and hard drives that don't have to be cooled by water 24/7.
Yeah, don't you just ask the AI how to do it and it should tell you?
Yes. And apparently a lot of these servers burn out every like 4 years. Like I feel like maybe before we let the computers take over society, let's maybe mainstream it a little. Maybe not require them to be so fucking hot, be cooled by a fan instead of water. Maybe make a server that lasts 10 years instead of 3 years. Like why are we creating this advanced technology apparently built on like wagon wheels,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just that water churn spinning. And like on Little House on the Prairie. I saw a lady talking about this, and I'm going to have to do some more research on it, but it's a really interesting topic, and I could see that it would be going this way. Big tech companies are already thinking, we're seeing so much pushback with these data centers. What if we were to build a gigantic neighborhood and each house that we built had a server in it?
I've seen that idea, and that's a better idea.
A better idea. And they were saying, like, if you let this server come, like, you'll have free energy for life, give somebody something for it.
I agree. Comment here from the vocal minority. Why are people shitting on data centers while on YouTube? Don't believe the hype. These small towns aren't being destroyed. Such BS. First of all, YouTube is not run on AI data centers. It's got its own little data centers, not these AI ones. But, dude, you apparently have not been affected by this. I mean, we've read stories about it polluting the water supplies, causing earthquakes, it causing, inner ear disturbances from the ground vibrations. I literally live in a community that 75% of our power is about to go away because they're rerouting it to fund these massive data centers that are being built. NV Energy said they have to increase the power grid tenfold. So in order to do that, they're cutting off certain communities to route as much power as they can while they try to then blow this up even more. And we've seen, community boards going to closed rooms and voting it through when the citizens don't want it. Like, it is causing all sorts of problems, creating next to no jobs. But yeah, mental concerns, it's a real fucking problem. So again, maybe ask ChatGPT, how do I do this without polluting the local water supply or taking all the power or making energy rates go up for the town that now has to find a new power source because Google fucking just took all the energy?
Yeah, and look at a place like Texas, dude, where the power grid is, just hanging on by a thread as it is. There'd be no better place than Texas with all that frickin' land with nothing on it to put all these data centers.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to crash everybody, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's a problem. It really doesn't need to be, quote unquote, but it certainly is right now. We are getting the cart in front of the horse. Like, we should not be building data centers the size of Washington, D.C., as is being proposed in Utah, until we kind of figure this thing out a little bit better.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. And Kevin O'Leary is really having some problems. I mean, all the publicity that not only, we did our little part in that, but he got torn up. And now his partner in all of this has come back and said, you know what, I want to trash this, and I want to just do 25% of what we were going to do. And that kills Kevin Leary because he's in it for the money. He's in it for the frickin' billions. So, yeah, ooh, come on.
And he's Canadian, by the way. Go build some massive data centers in Canada.
Yeah, do that.
And yes, people are convoluting. Like, I know that Google may own a data center. That doesn't mean that's what your Google or your YouTube is being run off of. Like, This is for AI. It's a different subset of what these companies are doing.
Well, and he talks about, you're on YouTube talking about a data center. Like, how many people are on YouTube compared to AI? All workplaces are all using AI. People are using AI. AI is everywhere in our flock camera systems, in workplaces, personal use, like War Department. Like, all of that shit is using AI constantly.
Not to mention, we've all been on YouTube and Facebook long before anyone ever heard of an AI data center. Yes. It wasn't required for all of this time. So please.
Yeah. Steve, let's get into a little entertainment. Okay, let's get into some musical entertainment. I had a clip that I'll play you to start this off of the Circle Jerks. Do you know who they are?
I do. Sort of a punk rock kind of band thing.
Yeah, kind of a punk band. And they were doing a show. This was about, I think this is probably 2 weeks ago. They were doing this show. And there was some Trump supporter in the front of the crowd. Yeah. And, the singer stopped the show just to talk some shit. So here it is.
Love it.
I'm a traitor? Oh, no. Fuck you. I vote in every election, and I always vote for the least stinkiest piece of shit. So you're not here for my political bullshit, you're here for the music. Do you fucking understand our fucking lyrics? Do you understand what we're singing out? Do you fucking understand that I think fucking Donald Trump is the biggest piece of shit to ever walk the face of the earth. Are you fucking Nazis? Are you fucking fascists? Well, here's the deal, gentlemen, you guys. First, I'm not signing your record. Second off, the next time we come to town, stay the fuck home.
So, fantastic. Way to stand up for it. And I always love that.
If that had been like a country show where you and I were standing in the front row with like a Kamala Harris t-shirt or some equivalent, like that crowd would have killed us.
Killed us, dude.
I mean, for a singer to call you two right there, you fucking liberal Democrat, we would have been murdered.
Yes.
Those guys walked out of there just fine and probably bought a t-shirt on the way out because they still don't get it.
It's funny, as that clip goes on, he gets back into the music, and then an angry mosh pit starts around the fucking guy who was talking shit. And, they're pushing, they're heavily moshing. And he finally gets out and exits. So he ended up leaving. I always wonder like that. Like, how can you stand in a crowd of that and be the focus of, 5,000 people, okay? And they're all like, you fucking, Nazi fascist. Like, it's crazy to me that people get off on that.
Because they have no self-awareness whatsoever. They're in a cult. They are delusional. I mean, literally.
Yes.
So good on them. And then I think some other rockers spoke out this week too, right?
Yeah, another one bites the dust here. Okay. Circle Jerks and now the Black Crows. This is their story and what happened at their concert.
A Black Crowes concert in Florida turned chaotic after fans started chanting USA when an Uncle Sam image appeared on screen. Singer Chris Robinson pushed back, asking what Americans had to be so proud of right now, triggering boos from the crowd. As fans began walking out, Robinson doubled down, saying,
"Some of us have real faith. And for those of you booing us, some of us are not afraid. And we most assuredly are not ignorant. So, thank you."
Yep.
I love it, dude. I mean, I fucking love it because, and I'm reading through all the comments when I watch one of these videos, and you can tell, depends where it's posted, right? If it's posted on a Fox News type site, you're like, yeah, I'm fucking done. I'll never buy a ticket from them again. That's fantastic, dude, because your pool of people to go see is getting smaller and smaller as we speak. I mean, you can't even see Milli Vanilli anymore. I don't know who you're going to watch except for this guy right here.
Oh, boy. Kid Rock.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
I mean, that's your guy. That's the only person you're going to be able to go watch.
Yeah. I mean, Ted Nugent, too. Let's be fair.
Yeah, a couple of country singers, Jason Aldean, maybe,
Right. I heard Big or Rich or one of those two morons. I'll play that freaking 250 celebration. And now Trump's saying he's going to headline it. He's just going to turn it into a freaking rally. Well, that sounds like a fun way to spend your 4th of July.
A guy that brings in crowds much larger than Elvis without a guitar.
That's right.
That'll
As
be
Tracy
me.
says, Black Crows won't comply. No, because they're hard to handle.
Yes, ding ding.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They have a
You
remedy
bet.
for you. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I'm glad they're getting vocal. I've got a thing about a mega podcaster just being utterly humiliated.
Oh, good.
Any
I love
desire?
that. Yeah, please.
We've played a few mega podcasters today and on recent shows trying to show like, hey, these people are starting to get a clue. Well, there's a guy who, much like almost all of these people, I've never heard of. Mega commentator Dave Rubin. I don't know. He's got a podcast, I would assume, commentator guy. So he's been going viral for a couple of different reasons. Let's start actually with this. He's a predictions guy. He claims, and this is a direct quote from him, "I'm pretty good with predictions," says Rubin. So here's a little montage of him talking about the Iran war, going back to when it started up until now. So let's see how his predictions are doing.
Allow me to make a prediction here in my prediction stuff. I'm not Polly Market, I'm not Kalshi, but I'm pretty good at predictions. And my prediction here is that everything that the media is now going to say about Iran's going to close the Strait of Hormuz and energy prices are going to go crazy and all these, none of this is going to come to pass. Gas prices are coming down and will continue to come down. If the United States wants to keep the Strait of Hormuz open, which it does, and Donald Trump said we'll escort ships through if we have to, it's going to stay open. This is the leader of the Iranian opposition. He has been in exile. His name is Reza Pahlavi. We have shown you videos of him before. He's the eldest son of the former Shah of Iran, and he likely is the next leader of Iran. This is the guy that, by all accounts, when this war ends, will go in and he will be the leader. And again, it will be different. Just remember, it sounds like the Kurds are starting to enter the country with arms to help the people take out the last vestiges of the IRGC. There's a lot of good things happening. This is Iranians, and you can hear they are chanting Bibi June, Bibi Netanyahu. In Iran, they are chanting praise for Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh my gosh.
And when you take out Khomeini and you take out his number 2 and his number 3 and his number 4 and his number 37 and his number 42, then suddenly the next guy's going, it's a little hot in here. And then people start behaving a little bit differently. They've plotted this war, this extraordinary war that will be studied for decades, right? For decades, they will study how this incredible war took place. That we are hitting critical infrastructure. We are damaging the regime, so hopefully the people will be able to take over their countries. Now, the question is, if you're going to hit power plants and you're going to hit civilian infrastructure and things of that nature, how do you make sure it's not going to harm the people, but just the regime? And when we have a Department of War that is not looking for war, but will perform war, then we are going to do it at the maximum level of competency. I think the way you can look at this, I haven't heard anyone else say this, but this seems to me to be the war to end all war.
Jeez, dude, that gives a whole new meaning to I love the poorly educated. I mean, they just eat up whatever he says. I mean, don't look into anything. The whole, BB June video. Like, really, dude? That's low-hanging fruit that you played that, and they were like, yeah, they're really chanting for it.
And this is why the internet has dubbed him the dumbest man on the internet. So, have you seen any of these red flag, debate
Circles,
shows?
Yeah,
where it's, the one liberal takes on 20 mega. Well, they just did one with 1 mega taking on 20 liberals, and the internet's dumbest man right there, Dave Rubin, was the host of it. And they had brought on some progressive types, and one of them is a guy who I watch on Facebook. His name's Parker. He's a young progressive dude, smart guy. So he got on with Dave Rubin, and here's how that went.
What is one main metric that Donald Trump has made better off since he got in office? So, like, an example would be GDP, unemployment, inflation, et cetera.
Well, right now, first off, the big beautiful bill was just passed last year, and it's kicking in now, right? It's kicking in now. Okay, so we're going to now see results of that, like even the tariffs. All right, so let's do tariffs. Are you for or against tariffs?
Against the universal tariff. So what's the main metric that he made better off?
What?
What's the main metric that he made better off? GDP, unemployment, inflation? Do you have any idea?
Listen.
Listen, I don't think you do.
Do you think, hold on. So you're arguing that things economically were better under Joe Biden
at the end of his administration, absolutely.
Yeah. So can you give me an example of how?
Yeah, GDP growth was better off. Real median wage growth was better off. Inflation was better off at the end of his administration. Unemployment was better off at the end of his administration. We had the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years, just this last year under Trump's administration. The inflation, 3.8% year over year since Trump got in office. We're seeing all of those economic indicators become worse off. Can you tell me anything that he's done to make it better off? You say it's broken for Democrats. It sounds like it's broken right now under Trump.
Have you looked at the stock market?
It's worse off in terms of the growth in 2025 as compared to 2024. If you look at Dow Jones and S&P 500,
they're both up quite a bit right now,
but lower rate,
and
lower
doing
growth
quite
rate.
well. Things don't happen overnight. So Donald Trump, for example, things don't. That's true. That's true.
That's
I
true.
love that Parker came with all the receipts, and Rubin there thought he was going to stump the the little liberal guy, and he knows his shit. And like the bot yacht woman was saying in that other clip, like even if you want to claim the stock market's doing well, the gains are all to the top 10% of society, not to the average working class out there.
Completely. People like the dumbest guy in the world there should understand. Anytime you're going to go against Parker specifically and Dean Withers, they kind of team up on a lot of shit. They know their facts front to back to front, and you're not going to, you cannot argue with them because it's just facts.
Right.
This guy's an idiot, man.
No,
and I love seeing him get taken down.
He baited him. He walked right into it. And, usually the host, the main debater, I mean, you got to know your shit.
Yeah.
So if you ever catch somebody like,
right. Yeah.
You just lost, buddy.
And
You
you're a
argued
Trump guy saying that, things take time. I'm going to end the war on the first day. We're going to get gas prices. All that shit was supposed to happen already, dude. It's too late already.
Absolutely. The internet's dumbest man. So.
All right. Well, we've got another guy that a lot of people think is stupid. This is another Tucker Carlson clip that I couldn't help but play because he sat down talking with Mike Huckabee. Isn't Mike Huckabee now the ambassador of Iran?
It's just something. I mean,
yeah.
Some bullshit job.
Yeah. So this is
Israel, but whatever.
Tucker asking Mike Huckabee about how the war in Iran is going.
How much does it matter what Americans think?
Well, it matters every bit what Americans think. That's why Americans vote. It's why Americans have the opportunity to have free speech. We want them to have that.
Okay, so what percentage of Americans support a war with Iran?
I don't know. Do you know?
I do. I think it's around, I saw the numbers yesterday. I think it was like 21%.
Okay.
Is that enough to have a war with Iran?
We don't live in a world where you have a poll taken to find out whether our policy should be a particular direction. Because
I thought you just said that
that's
we
direct
vote.
democracy. No, we care deeply about it. But on the other hand, do we make the decisions of foreign policy and even domestic policy based on
We
what
care
the
deeply
latest
about
poll
it in
number
what
is?
sense? If we're ignoring it, then in what sense do we, quote, care deeply about it? Because what I hear is it matters what they think, but it really doesn't matter what they think because...
No, you take it in, you certainly ingest that.
And then what do
But
you do with
ultimately-
it once you ingest it?
Then you make sure that you have... No,
You just gotta...
if you
It goes
have-
out the other end, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point of just like, all the country is saying this, but yeah, you guys don't give a shit what the country thinks. This all benefits you and your peeps. So who cares what all of us think or feel or how we're harmed? Doesn't matter.
That's the goal now. That's
what we're doing. That's the goal.
I am really getting a little taken aback by how many clips of mega talking heads are just like, oh, well, he's seen the light. He's talking the truth now all of a sudden. Like,
yeah.
Is it really an epiphany, or have they just realized like the market is falling out on this mega sycophantic world? Like maybe I'll get a bigger audience if I actually do some journalism, tell true things, know my facts. I mean, he sounded like Parker there. Like, do you know what the percentage is? Yeah, actually, I do. It's 21%.
21%. Yeah. The funny thing is that we all have to remember, and this is anytime I watch a clip of Tucker Carlson, I think to myself, there was a point where he just said whatever he was trying to get ratings with.
Yes.
So you can't trust anything that he's saying. And the clips I bring of him are only verifiable things that, yeah, you can fucking verify that. So, yeah, he's telling the truth there, but he doesn't always tell the truth.
No, of course. But yeah, no, that's a great clip.
Yeah.
I think we could just do an entire show nowadays of just people that have seen the light or people that have given up on mega. There's a whole group out there called Leaving Mega, like leavingmega.com or something. It's essentially a support group. It's like getting off heroin or something. Like you can't just quit it. You probably need some professional intervention to help you. And that's what people are doing to get out of the cult.
That's the goal.
That's exactly right.
Listen, dude, before we leave, I just thought this is such a funny clip, dude. We all know that Trump went to the doctor again. This has been 2 weeks now, but he's been releasing information on what actually came out of that doctor's appointment. Dr. Oz was sitting in for Caroline Leavitt, and yeah, Dr. Oz. Anytime I say that, I feel bad for people like your dad that gave their whole life to the medical community. But yeah, here he is. Great question. Great freaking response, dude.
If the president's in such perfect health, why does he keep going back in for checkups?
I think he likes the results. He does really well. He aces the test every single day, and I do actually believe that he's curious to make sure everything is going in the right direction. He's a very meticulous person in so many ways that are often underappreciated. But for him to want to know all the numbers and keep on top of them, it's the same reason he calls people at odd hours, because something's on his mind he wants to deal with.
Wow. Can you imagine if I came to you and I said, I went to the doctor yesterday, my blood pressure's down, this is all great, I think I'm going to go back tomorrow because it was so much fun to fucking hear it. I got to go back,
Right. I know a lot of women that go to the gynecologist every other week because it's so much fun. I know I love going to the dentist every other week, so he's poking around my mouth. Like, I almost got to give Dr. Oz a round of applause for the most sycophantic bullshit answer ever, because, he keeps going back because he likes to share his bullshit results.
Likes it. We know that he does like to get his ass kissed. So, if the doctors are saying it's perfect, once again, you're perfect.
And since when does a Trump lie have to be based on reality? He could just come out every day and be like, look at my blood pressure, look at my cholesterol. I just did 7,000 push-ups.
Yes.
Remember Ron Burgundy in Anchorman, when she walks in, he's like, 783. I don't know if you heard me, but I just did 1,000.
So good, dude.
And it is not a brag to say that you have been required to take 4 cognitive tests.
No, they did a piece on CNN, and the guy broke down the cognitive test again. And, I kind of took it along. You could take the same test that he takes.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it. It's very easy, obviously. But he was like, he says that he passes it with A+ every time. It's the same fucking test, dude. The questions never change. Like, at this point, you should have them memorized, dude.
That's a good point. All of this is not a brag, it's a red flag. And he really should shut the hell up. Stop bragging about your fourth cognitive test.
Jeez, dude.
Obama never took 4. Yeah, you're right.
Didn't need to. Didn't need to do it.
Fun stuff. All right.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, that's it for your midweek political review. Thank you for joining the show today. Obviously, we'll be back on Friday, y'all.
We will. Vocalminority.net, thevocalminority.net, if you want to contact us directly. Do us a favor. I know you're watching us here on the YouTube channel, and that's great. But go to Spotify, Pandora, anywhere you get podcasts at. Find the Vocal Minority and hit subscribe. It would help support our efforts.
Yes, indeed. And, we appreciate you all. Talk to you on Friday.
And that'll do it for another edition of The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Really American Media platform. Check out all our social media wherever good social media is found. Until next time, you tiny little bastards, good day.
Good